got no ceiling like you won't break me. I won't back down. I just can't shake this feeling like I'm going so high. I got no doubt. This life ain't. You can't stop this.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Denver Broncos. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out of the ground. And taken down just shy of the 40. This defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, ready,
out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. The Broncos at 1-0 on the year following a win in week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, they get
that all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll drop to throw. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, a cardinal sin there. Thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that's really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Mustang 19. Go street. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Now back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can look.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. 49ers. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try?
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Second and 5.
Ready? 60.
He'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
13-yard line. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Patch. Ready.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. 21-0 our score after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 11-yard touchdown. And the 49ers get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start. 6, Buffalo 18. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 48 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
Definitely an important struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll try again. And this time he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. On his loop for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. He juked him. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. Oh, he's got a man open. It's caught. And he's going to be brought down, but the double pass worked to perfection. A big play there for the Niners. 59 yards. And the 49er first down. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary gets picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 91 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Get it. Go, check. Go, check. Panther 11. Panther 11.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Ready, go.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Come on, come on. Set. Bronco 80. Ready.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will have the Broncos first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Ready, set.
motion here on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On for the field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They'll set up a throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Broncos
Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial. I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Go!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Come on, come on.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
19, Bronco 80. 19 tight, 19 tight.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Go street. 19 Tiger. 19. Ready.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 6 yards away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
Ooh, the juke.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and long. Now he'll tuck this and run. Down he goes at the a pickup of 4.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Pretty move. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it, the decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. The gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw.
He'll try to do it himself.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. At least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, 49ers.
They'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Back to throw again.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They'll swing this out to Henderson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
Another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Back to throw.
They set up the screen for Henderson. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Welcome back now to Denver. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
2nd and 4.
And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach has plenty to say about this game.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers.
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos are on their way to a 2-0 start. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one